Dear colleagues, now we move to the second session, and in this session we will be dealing with the genetics part from sex determination till Klinefelter syndrome. The other part was dealt by, I think, Professor Vijay Kumar. I think he must have the working portion, that part. Now on my left is Madam Dr. Priyadarshini Rautray. She has served with me in SCS College Puri, and she has served with me in SCS College Puri, and now she's here at Rajdhani College Bhubaneswar. So I don't want to become a burr. I now request her to start her deliberation. Dr. Rautray, please.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
A very good morning to all of you. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
आज्ञा आज ताले आमे जेनेटिक्स रो जति कि सिलेबस डील करिवा सेटा मु मोर फ्रंट स्लाइड रे रखिची. Will deal with sex determination in human beings, birds, honeybee, linkage and crossing over, sex linked inheritance जोधरे की color blindness, hemophilia discussion करिवा. Then we have thalassemia and certain disorders in chromosomes, specifically Downs, Turner's and Klinefelter syndrome. So as we all know, these are very simple topics, but can be made very interesting for the students. Basics of human genetics, as we all know, and these are some very fundamental concepts which will help the children to continue in their future endeavor if they want to continue in our field. So right here in the front, first slide itself, it's a self-explanatory diagram wherein the DNA double helix, the way it is packaged, and the chromosome, how it appears in our cell is shown. So with this we start our genetics. Different parts of the chromosome, the short arm, that is your P arm. We have a long one, that is the Q arm, end point, which is your telomere. And in between the attachment point of the sister chromatids, we have the centromere. Now this is what the chromosomes look like when we see it under a microscope in a cell. If further we elaborate the structure, we'll see that each of these chromatids consists of chromatin loops. Furthermore, these will again be packaged and chromosome, nucleosome remodeling will take place. And finally, it will give us our DNA double helical structure, which holds the key to all the genetics aspects that surrounds our life, be it any genetic disorder, be it any mutation or anything related for that cause. DNA is our hereditary material. And here, as we can see within the cell, chromosomes, and finally the DNA, which contains the genes that makes all the necessary proteins that are essential for functioning of many different physiological functions in our body. So let's move on to our first question. I was instructed to discuss certain MCQ questions with all of you. So let's start with color blindness. This is a bit uncomfortable. Okay. So in a normal woman whose father is colorblind was married to a normal man, what are the chances that the sons would also be colorblind? So how do we approach this particular question? Let's see what is color blindness. Now with this simple example, I would like to tell this is what a normal man with normal vision would see, all the colors. But if it is monochromatic, we see only light and dark shades. No colors are there. If it is tritanopia, there is difficulty distinguishing blue from green and yellow or red from the other shades. And if it is protanopia, then there is a difficulty distinguishing the red from the green. And if it is deuteranopia, then red and green specifically, it cannot distinguish between the shades of green. So with this background knowledge, we can see that there are certain cones that are responsible for these color visions. Now, what happens and how this particular trait is inherited? We say that it is a X-linked recessive disorder. Okay, so if it is X-linked, females, they have 2 X chromosomes, and males, they have a X and a Y. So who is at a greater chance of contracting this disease, or the expression? We can say that as males, they have just 1 X chromosome, so they are more susceptible for getting the disease. And as such, the study shows that color blindness is approximately, we find it is more pronounced in males as compared to females. So in a normal woman, so we are talking of a normal woman who have X and Y chromosomes, no color blindness, but the father was colorblind, is married to a normal man. So a normal woman is married to a normal man, but the normal woman's father was colorblind. So how do we expect the progeny, or how do we expect the sons to be either colorblind or normal vision? So the approach to this should be, we can make a cross. So we already know that color blindness is a X-linked recessive disorder. As the woman's father was colorblind, so the woman must be a carrier, because from father, the X that is carrying this particular color blindness gene might have come to the woman, but women are usually carriers. So when she marries to a normal man, there is a 50% chance of her sons being colorblind, because the sons will receive 1 X chromosome from the mother and Y from the father. So the 1 X chromosome from the mother, if it is a diseased one, then the chances are the sons will also become colorblind. But if the normal X chromosome is inherited from the mother and Y chromosome as such comes from father, then the sons will be normal. So that is why we say it is 50% chances of being colorblind. Am I clear over here? Any doubts? As we are starting, we'll go slow, then we'll catch up.
Yes, madam.
So probably this is a very easy one. Now, similarly for hemophilia also, if a normal man marries a normal homozygous woman, sorry, a hemophilic man marries a normal homozygous woman, what are the chances that their son will be hemophilic? We know that hemophilia is again X-linked, and the chances of their son being hemophilic is none. Why so? Because here the man is hemophilic, whereas the woman is normal homozygous. So the X chromosome has to come from the mother, and the mother is normal. So there is absolutely no chances that their son will be hemophilic. We can also make a cross, and we can explain this to the students. Mother with X and X, father with the hemophilic gene on X chromosome and Y. And these are the progenies that are produced. So we'll find the sons are absolutely normal. Now, what is this hemophilia? What the disease is about? Now that we are discussing the objective questions, we can have several objectives based on this particular aspect. So hemophilia, we can say it's a sex-linked recessive disease. Here also we can set questions like if it is a sex-linked recessive disease, sex-linked dominant disease, or we can say sex-limited disease or sex-influenced. So we have to choose the correct option, and the option is it's a sex-linked recessive disease. Similarly, we can also put what are the factors that are necessary, or what are the factors, positive factors for different kinds of hemophilia. That can also be a probable objective. So we can have many such probable objectives from this particular aspect, that is your hemophilia. So for a girl to be hemophilic, both the mother and father should be carriers, which is rare, but the male carrier, and mostly again, this particular disease is expressed in as again, it is X-linked. The expression is more in case of male as compared to females. What happens here is the person's immune system, if it is an acquired condition, the immune system can attack the clotting factors and they can again go mad. these clotting factors will not do their purpose and clotting will not occur. But if it is again sex-linked recessive, there are certain factors that are responsible during the cascade of clotting. There are certain factors, and if one of these factors are either mutated or missing, or some kind of, we can say, genetic mutation is there, then also clotting will not take place. So this is how a normal clot takes place, and in a hemophilic person, due to absence of the clotting factors, the bleeding will continue, and this can be fatal. Now again, a question on color blindness. Colorblind man has a normal brother and a colorblind sister. What should be the phenotype of the parents? So here we have the genotypes of the progenies. So we can start with genotype of the colorblind man. Okay, so we have a colorblind man. That means the X should have the colorblind gene. And the genotype of the normal brother should be X and Y. Genotype of the colorblind sister, as we can see, it has to be double recessive. If it is a colorblind female, it has to be double recessive. So we have all the three genotypes. And here, as one of the sons is colorblind, the mother must be a carrier of the disease, because we know that again, X chromosome is transferred from the mother to the son. So the genotype of the mother must be a normal X as well as a X with the colorblind gene. So the carrier expression is X and X colorblind. So as the daughter is colorblind, their father must be colorblind, because if the mother is a carrier, means her father must be colorblind, as the X chromosome from the father to the daughter comes from mostly the genotype of the X chromosome from a mother will come to the son. So again, the father's genotype must be carrier. Sorry, it's a colorblind X and a normal Y. So we have the mother and father's genotype as, in the mother we have one X normal, one is colorblind, and in the father the X is expressing the colorblind gene. So these are the progenies as provided in our question. So we'll go just the reverse way. Whatever data we have, we'll put the genotypes, and then we'll cross check if there is a normal brother, if there is a colorblind man, this X must have come from the mother. So we'll get the mother's genotype. We have a colorblind sister, so one X must come from the father. That is how we deduce the genotypes of the mother and the father. Any doubts? All of you are free to interrupt me at any point. These are the colorblind genes that are present on our chromosomes. And we see that due to different crossover events, we have hybrid genes, either hybrid genes, or there is a loss of gene, certain segments are lost, or certain duplication takes place, which results in color blindness. And that the color vision is trichromatic was first recognized by Thomas Young. So we can put certain questions relating to the discovery or the scientists, those that have discovered a particular phenomena, and that would be more interesting for the students to know the history of a particular discovery. In dichromats, the color blindness occurs in two forms, as I have already shown in the pictures. One is your protanopia, other is the deuteranopia. And in protanopia, in which all the colors matches can be achieved only by using green and blue light. Red, they are not able to distinguish. And in deuteranopia, all the matches can be achieved using only blue and red light. They cannot distinguish green lights. So these can also be put as objectives. Each of it, protanopia, we know it revolves around the red pigment. So we can put all the four options and ask the students which one to eliminate. Similar for deuteranopia as well as trichromatic region also. Now, a family of 5 daughters is expecting a 6th issue. What are the chances that it will be a son? So in every case, the chances of a baby to either be a boy or girl is 50%. Irrespective of which issue it is, the question can be misleading. 6th issue, 4th issue, 5th issue. We should not focus on the issue number, but whenever there is a chance of expecting a issue, the chance of having a boy is always 50%. Why so? Because we know that we have 22 pair of autosomes, 1 pair of chromosomes, and the female is homozygous. We know male is heterozygous. And so always the X chromosome is responsible for producing the daughter, and the Y chromosome will result in a son or a male progeny. So always the chance is 50%, irrespective of the number of issues. So here we can explain the sex determination in case of human beings, the basic fundamental, how the X and Y, they are responsible for either male or female progeny. Now, hemophilia is more common in males. Why? Recessive character carried by the Y chromosome, recessive character carried by the X chromosome, dominant character carried by Y, or dominant trait carried by X. So the best option is, the only option is recessive trait carried by the X chromosome. As we all have already seen in the first question, that it's a recessive X-linked genetic disorder. The mutation that occurs or the causes hemophilia is passed into offsprings by the X chromosome only. Now, it is more common in males because they inherit only one X chromosome from their mother. They do not have an extra chromosome like that of the females in order to lessen their chances of contracting a X-linked disease. So they just have only one X chromosome, and that they will get from their mother. So they'll develop the symptoms of hemophilia if that particular X chromosome which they get from their mother has the mutation of that particular gene. So it's a X-linked recessive inheritance. And these are the different scenarios in which the hemophilia inheritance can be explained to the students. Different cases where the father is normal and the mother is a carrier, where the father has hemophilia but also a mother is carrier. In this case, we have a carrier as well as a hemophilic father. So the daughters will be all carriers. And in case the father is hemophilic and mother is carrier, in that case, we'll have the father has hemophilia, X is affected, mother is carrier, one X is also affected. And so one son will have it because the mother is carrying a affected X chromosome with the particular disorder, and all the daughters will be carriers. And here, as both father and mother, they are having the trait, father is expressing it, mother is a carrier, so one of the daughters will express this particular disease. So these are the different scenarios we can put into options with different case considerations. Now, a normal or abnormal human male phenotype having an extra X chromosome, we have many different conditions. We have a loss of a chromosome, we have an extra chromosome. So these are abnormalities in chromosome numbers. What is this particular condition called as? An abnormal human male phenotype involving an extra X chromosome. It's always Klinefelter's. Klinefelter's, it has 47 chromosomes, it has one extra X chromosome, and it's a genetic disorder in which there is at least one extra chromosome to the standard human male karyotype. So always it has to be linked to male. Expression is always in a male with an extra X chromosome, and as there is an extra X chromosome, so it will have certain extra characteristics that are mostly female characteristic features because it has an extra X. So it's a condition of trisomy in which one extra chromosome is present and he'll have double XY instead of the normal XY genotype. And this phenotype is of the male. Here I have given a comparative because we also have Turner syndrome in our syllabus, but in this case, it's a female. So Turner's is always limited to females, and Klinefelter is a syndrome that will always appear in case of males. What happens in case of Klinefelter syndrome is hypogonadism of the male gonads. That is, the testes are absent or not fully developed. Just we have to keep in mind that there is an extra X. So there will be more female-like characters, less or degradation of the male characteristic features. So the incidence is about 1 in 1100 newborn male babies, and such a person is male having secondary sex characteristics of females. So all secondary sexual characteristics of females will appear. The person is tall, he'll have long limbs, underdeveloped, or all the male gonads, they will degrade, lacking the hormone testosterone production, sex organs are underdeveloped. They'll have female secondary sexual characteristics, enlarged breasts will be there, and female-like pitched voice will be there. So there is no definite treatment, but testosterone therapy may help to support such kind of lifestyle. So these hormonal therapies also, they come with their consequences. They're not that easy to administer. So it's always easy to go with whatever we are given by nature. Just in comparison to Klinefelter syndrome, we see that Turner syndrome is there. Mostly it is expressed in females and it's a XO instead of the normal X. We have XX, but here the females will have a XO. One X is not there. We'll discuss Turner's in details when we come to that. Again, this is a trisomic condition. Edwards syndrome is there. Second most common trisomy, even though it's not there in the syllabus that has just limited Down and Turner syndrome, it's essential that we let our students know about some of the common syndromes. And it is the second most common trisomy. Mostly 80% of females are affected and majority of them will die before birth, prenatal. They have very low survival rates and very small head, malformed ears are there. So this particular chromosome, 18th chromosome, there is a trisomy. Intersex people, again a category that are born with different sex characteristics, neither males nor females. In between, they'll show all the characteristic feature of both the sexes. And this, we can use it as an umbrella term or a broad, we can say it's a broad term that will encompass many body variations, both of male and females. Now, which of the following is an example of sex-linked? When we say sex-linked, it has to do something with the X and Y chromosome. Sex-linked disease. Now, of all the options, AIDS, colorblindness, syphilis, gonorrhea, the rest three are sexually transmitted. But the only one that is sex-linked is colorblindness, X-linked recessive. AIDS, we know that it's autoimmune deficiency syndrome and caused by your deficiency virus, which is HIV, sexually transmitted. Similarly, syphilis and gonorrhea, these are also sexually transmitted diseases. So whenever we have four options, we must go on eliminating the wrong ones and reach at the right ones. That should be the technique the student should learn for combating or for appearing in any of the entrances or examinations that is conducted with MCQs. Now, one more question. A diseased man marries a normal woman. They get 3 daughters and 5 sons. All the daughters were diseased and all the sons are normal. So what should be the gene of this particular disease? We see that all the daughters were diseased, but all the sons were normal. That means the father is the one who is transmitting his X chromosome to his daughters, while the sons receive Y from him. And now, as we see that the sons are normal, that means it has something to do with X or Y. So it is sex-linked. It has to do with one of the sex chromosomes, because half of the progeny or the daughters are being affected, but the sons are remaining normal. So it is not a Y-linked disease. Now, since only daughters and none of the sons are affected, we can conclude it's a X-linked disorder. Now, the mother is normal. So the second X chromosome that is inherited from the mother is normal. That means with just one X chromosome, the disease is expressing. So we can say it is a dominant gene, sex-linked dominant expression. That is even expressed in case of heterozygous condition. So from the question itself, we have to deduce what could be the answer. Diseased man, normal woman, both X would be normal. All the 3 daughters and 5 sons and daughters are diseased, that means definitely the disease is coming from the father. And if it is coming from the father, it is definitely not Y-linked because the sons are normal. So it has to be a X-linked one, and with just one disease gene it is being expressed. So we say it's a dominant X-linked inheritance. Now again, one more question on color blindness. A colorblind person cannot distinguish color. Mostly if we have these options: green, blue, red, blue, none, and green and red. So what should be the best option for a question like this? A colorblind person cannot distinguish the color green and red. Okay, so the cone cells that detect and differentiate the color, there are 3 types of cones. Here in my diagram, you can see certain wavelengths are given and the cone cells performance is given. So we have 3 cone cells, 3 different varieties, that is S, green M, and red L. And this is the absorbance frequency of the rods. Rods are associated with dark and light vision, and cones with the perception of colors. So for the cones, we have S, M, and L, 3 different types of cones. The L cone, it is represented as L because it detects longer wavelengths. Okay, and the M cone detects medium wavelength light, that is the green, and the L detects the longer wavelength, that is the red. S detects the smallest one, that is the blue. So absence or non-functioning or malfunctioning, I have underlined the 3 things. Absence, either absence or the function is not normal, malfunctioning, or totally non-functioning of any of these cones can result in color blindness. So depending on the brightness and saturation of the colors, the affected individuals cannot distinguish red, green, brown, and orange. And mostly the red-green color blindness is the most prominent one. It is almost about 85% of the colorblind persons, they have difficulty in distinguishing green and red colors. Now an interesting question regarding Down syndrome. Down syndrome, as we all know, it's a trisomy condition of the 21st chromosome. So the question is, in Down syndrome, cells has how many chromosomes? Trisomy, 1 extra chromosome. We have 23 pairs. So it sums up to 46 chromosomes. And if we have an extra chromosome, trisomic condition means it has to be 47. Okay, so in Down syndrome, each cell has 47 due to an extra copy of the 21st chromosome. And this is caused by an error in cell division, which is non-disjunction. That is, the chromatids will not separate, and as a result of which there will not be equal divisions. So we'll have 1 more or 1 less copy, and there will be aberration in chromosomes. And for the first time, the one who represented or for whom this syndrome was named as Down syndrome is John Langdon Down. Before that, before the nomenclature as Down syndrome, it was said as Mongolism. So Mongolism is a racial term, as we all know, Mongoloids. So for some reasons, this particular term was not used. And after 1866, these particular features were represented as Down syndrome. So we can also say the other name for Down syndrome is Mongolism or Mongolian idiocy or Mongoloid expressions. Now, these are some of the features of Down syndrome, how to know if a particular child is suffering from it. These prominent, you can see the space between both the eyes is prominent. Nose breeze is prominent. There will be disoriented mouth. There will be single palmar crease in the palm, just 1 single crease. And there will be gaps between the first and the second toes. So these are certain features that will be expressed in case of Down syndrome because of trisomy in the 21st chromosome. So there are now, as per the new data, 3 categories of Down syndrome have been reported. Although it has not yet come into the syllabus, the trisomy in the 21st chromosome, that is which we all know, and this is because of non-disjunction. Yet another type or subtype, we can say it is translocation Down syndrome. That is, it accounts for a small percentage of people with Down syndrome. And this occurs when an extra part or a whole extra chromosome is present, but it is attached or translocated to a different chromosome, specifically the 14. So if the translocation occurs between the 14th and the 21st chromosome, expression of these syndromes or expression of these features occur, and we can say that it's a subtype of the Down syndrome, which is translocation Down syndrome. Yet another one is a mosaic Down syndrome, which is a mixture of both the categories, the trisomy as well as the translocation. That means the cells will be of both types. In some cells, there will be a translocation, and in some cells, there will be trisomy conditions. These also can be put into objectives, as we can just mix and match 14th and 21st chromosome into translocation Down syndrome. We can change this chromosome number to either 10, 9, 8 or something, keeping 21 as fixed, and we can have various options for the expression of translocation Down syndrome as well. Now, the genotype of a man having sexual character of female. So in all the 4 options, as you can see, here first option right away eliminated because there is no Y chromosome. Second option right away eliminated because there is no Y chromosome. Third option, they have 2 Y chromosomes. But sexual characteristic of a female is given. So we need to have 1 extra X chromosome as compared to the normal human karyotype, that is XY. And this is the condition of Klinefelter's syndrome. Now coming to Turner syndrome, we had already seen the symptoms of Klinefelter syndrome. Now Turner syndrome is a syndrome which has the arrangement of chromosomes as X syndrome. There is absence of 1 X chromosome in a normal female karyotype. So it is due to chromosomal abnormality in which all or part of one of the X chromosomes is missing or it is altered. So while most people have 46, this Turner syndrome people, they'll have 45 chromosomes. What are the expressions? That particular female might have hyperthyroidism, might have white chest, infertility, might have numerous moles over the body, low or small jawbones might be there, short and wide necks might be there, cardiac issues, all kind of physiological problems might result from this particular syndrome. Now coming to hemophilia once again, absence of which factor causes hemophilia? It's a generalized question. Although I have given here 2 different tables for the extra information, if the question is absence of which factor causes hemophilia, it has to be factor 8. We know that it is also called as the bleeder's disease, and it's a hereditary bleeding disorder that is caused by the lack of blood clotting factor 8, without which the blood clot cannot properly to control the bleeding. As per the types, we have A, B, C, and parahemophilia. In some other references, we have A, B, C, and an acquired type of hemophilia too. So in A, it is always associated with factor 8, and this is around 80% of cases. So in general, if it is not mentioned which category of hemophilia, we have to go for the answer, that is factor 8. It is also called as anti-hemophilic factor, factor 8. And this factor 9 is responsible for hemophilia type B. Can I have the other name for factor 9? Can anyone supplement me with other name for factor 9 in the blood clotting cascade? Anyone? What is factor 9 called as? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Any answers? Any answers? Just an interaction, because one way it will be a boring session. Again, it's a minor type, and I think it is Christmas factor. Factor 9. No response. That means I have to check again if it is already, if I am right or wrong. I hope it is Christmas factor. And again, factor 11, less than 1%, which is hemophilia type C. And in some cases, it might be acquired due to autoimmune disorders also. So if nothing is asked, we'll straight away go for factor 8. If subtypes are given, hemophilia A, B, or C, then we'll go for specific factors. Now, pattern baldness, mustaches, and beard in case of human males are example of, the options are sex-linked, sex-limited, sex-differentiated, sex-determining. First of all, let's go to the literal meaning. Pattern baldness, mustaches and beards in human males, are they found commonly in human females? No. So they are limited to a particular sex, that is male. So straight away the answer is sex-limited traits. Has it been sex-linked? There might be some expression in the females as well. Has it been sex-differentiating traits? It must be present in all the males, but pattern baldness is not expressed in all the males over the world. Had it been sex-determining traits, without a bald head, we should not have called males as male. So it is neither sex-determining, nor sex-differentiating, nor sex-linked. We say it is sex-limited traits because it is limited to a particular gender. Okay, so here I have also provided some explanation to the different categories: sex-linked, sex-determining, sex-differentiating traits. These can be helpful to the students if we are trying to explain what the difference is. Now, we have a portion called as sex determination in birds and insects also. So the sex chromosome of a female bird, if I say bird, the category is ZW type. And in this, the males would be homogametic, females would be heterogametic. Just the opposite of human beings, birds. Just the opposite case of human beings. And we have XY, they have ZW. So the sex chromosome of a female bird would be Z and W. If we remember, they are heterogametic or heteromorphic, then ZW is the answer, easy answer. The other systems are, for the insect, it is XO, and for the bees, it is haplodiploidy system. Now, this is an expression of the Patau syndrome, as we have discussed, 13th trisomy, and there will be a small head, eyebrows will be absent, and mostly the cleft lip would be an indicator that might be this particular child be suffering from the Patau syndrome, and it is named after Klaus Patau. Coming to the syndrome in humans, that in which individuals' somatic cells contain the 3 sex chromosomes XXY is called. So by now you might have seen I have question on Klinefelter syndrome from different aspects. You can make variations in the genotype, you can make variations in the expression of traits, female oriented, and you can also put questions depending on what kind of syndrome it is or what kind of disorder it is. So it's a sex chromosome disorder in boys and men that results from the presence of an X chromosome in the cells. We have to emphasize our students to remember that the expression of this particular syndrome is in boys and that of Turner's is in girls. Now in B, the males are produced by, it's an interesting question and a bit confusing one too for the students. In bees, the males are produced by, we have 4 options: mitosis, then fertilization, meiosis, and then fertilization, mitosis but no fertilization, meiosis but no fertilization. So let's come to see how the bees they reproduce. In case of bees, we have the haplodiploidy sex determination or the sex types. Haplodiploidy means the males are haploid, 16, females are diploid with 32 chromosomes. Now these females, they undergo meiosis to produce 16 each gametes, but mitosis will be, in case of male, to produce again a haploid gamete. So with these gametes, without fertilization, what do we say a single term for a condition which is without fertilization? Is there any single term for it? Without fertilization? A progeny resulting without fertilization?
Parthenogenesis.
Exactly, madam. Parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis.
Without fertilization, we get the progeny of male, which will have the 16 chromosomes only, haploid. But with fertilization, we have 16 from the female, 16 from the male. We'll have a female with again diploid set of chromosomes. So our question would be meiosis. Here, meiosis, haploid gametes formed, but without fertilization. So the bees, in bees, the males are produced by meiosis, but no fertilization. And males are produced, if suppose in bees, the males are produced is given. If females would have been here, in case of male, the answer would have been mitosis, but no fertilization. Because in case of bees, again, male produces 16 chromosomes by mitosis, and with fertilization with the gametes from the parent female partner, female will result. So mitosis, no fertilization, females will be produced. Meiosis, no fertilization, males will be produced. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Madam, it have a mitosis but no fertilization.
Addition. Males are
Madam,
Amate
males
production of-
males
males, but no fertilization. Without males will be produced by meiosis, but no fertilization. Because जदि आमे parthenogenetic type of reproduction को जाउचे सेठी ही male produce होची, female को केस रे produce हबा. एटा काहे की confusion आपन कर हैला, because mitosis रे male is producing male, so it is not reproduction, it is itself self propagation. Only gametes are produced. Here these are gametes. It is 16 16 now male रो भी एटा gamete ही production हैला. किंतु जेतेबेले आमे progeny को जिबा, without fertilization males are produced, with fertilization. Fertilization केतेबेले हबो ना, first meiosis, then we are getting the haploid from the male, and then we are getting the female.
Yes.
So the answer for this
Yes,
option
ma'am.
will be meiosis. Okay, meiosis. Jodi question re
Yes,
females
ma'am.
thanda, ताले हमें सेटा mitosis but no fertilization करता है. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the exosystem of sex determination is found in. आमे चारटा जाको discussion करी थिले last slide रे बोधे. This one. हाँ. Mostly profound in case of insects. And this is for the reference again I have given. Syllabus रे हमरो thermal processing of sex determination टा भी eliminate करा है ये ची. तेणु मु सेटा उस related questions रखिलिनी. We have the exosystem in insects where the females are diploid and the males are the females. In this case, the females will be diploid and the males will have 22X, 22 plus X chromosome, single X. Here the Y is not there. Okay, absence of any other chromosome. This is XO in case of males. The ZZ-ZW system, again we have to just remember that females are heterogametic. So the females will have ZW constitution, and this is a type which is found in birds, where your females are heterogametic and males are homogametic. Now, coming to linkage. Linkage is a बहुत simple meaning without going into biology is link. We are linked together. Suppose there is linkage or connection between two adjoining units. Then they will be very difficult to separate. And it would be easier to carry those units together everywhere they go. So with this concept, simple concept in mind, we can say that the tendency of linkage is directly proportional to the rate of crossing over between the two genes. Crossing over mane linkage hela pakapakhi linked heiki thibo characters. Crossing over means there will be a crossing over. Literally they will cross over, get separated, and the linked genes will be separated. So the question over here is tendency of linkage is directly proportional to rate of crossing over between the two genes. Is it a true statement or a false statement? Definitely false, because if two genes are linked, then they have a tendency of being transferred together wherever they go. Thus, there will be lesser tendency of crossing over. So the proper statement would have been the tendency of linkage is inversely proportional to the rate of crossing over between two genes. Just the way if you are not related to something, you get detached easily. If you are not related to some persons, even then also you get detached easily. So it's an inverse relationship between crossing over and linkage. So we can define linkage genetically as the failure of two genes to assort independently. So linkage will occur when two genes are close together on the same chromosome. And genes that are apart on the same chromosome, they will easily assort independently as they are not linked. So it is based on the frequency of crossing over between two genes. And the crossing over takes place in which phase? Prophase of meiosis 1, where the homologous chromosomes will break at identical locations and then rejoin with each other. So with this particular concept in mind, we can have various objectives over here. Definition, we can make a little bit of changes. We can define linkage in 4 different types and ask a student to just find out which is the most appropriate one. We can put the question based on the frequency of crossing over, directly linked, indirectly linked, increases, decreases, that can be options. Again, which phase of cell cycle crossing over takes place, that also can be a good multiple choice question for students. Again, just the same thing, linkage decreases as the distance between the two genes increases. Distance body gala mane link kami jiba. So some questions, as we are mostly dealing with Odia medium students, majority, semanakara language problems bhi ruhe. Questions apana ticket tilted kariki pakebe, that will be difficult for them to analyze. So whenever you are faced with any question, we have to ask our students to analyze it properly, as simply as possible, so that they'll find the answers within the questions only. As the distance between the two genes will increase, so the probability of recombination will be higher, because as they are far apart during crossing over, there will be higher chances of recombination. If they are close together during crossing over, ekati palebe. Our recombination ro chances komijibo. So the linkage is, or the linkage decreases as the distance between the two genes will increase. One more example of linkage, in Drosophila, there is complete linkage. What can be the reason behind this? Complete linkage. Complete linkage means jemti parental type ra achi amaro express bhi haba, completely same the parental variety asibo, recombination kichi habani. So these options, like the genes are very closely placed together, is also correct. Coupling theory, they'll couple together, is also correct. Unknown reason we can eliminate, say option ta chhadi pariba. One more option is no synapses, and that is the reason behind this phenomenon. Ei jagare jodi amara D re unknown reason na deki all of the other options thiba, then we can also put all of the other also. But jehetu ethi say option ta nahi, and from all the three we have to choose the best one, that is no synapses. And this we need to teach our students prior to putting this question. In Drosophila, there is no formation of synaptonemal complex. So no synapsis occurs in the Pagetin phase. As there is no synapsis, there is no recombination. Synapsis helicina crossover haba, crossover heki, recombination haba. But in this case, there is no synapsis. So that is why recombination chances are 0 and complete linkage is found in case of Drosophila males. This is a picture about Drosophila and how the linked genes are there. Some genes that are located on the same chromosomes, these are also
Madam,
called
I
as
have one
syntenic
question.
genes. Agya,
ଗୋଟେ question ଥିଲା madam ଟିକେ
ଟିକେ voice louder କହିବେ ମତେ clear ଆସୁନି.
मैम ଗୋଟେ question ଥିଲା कि जदि linkage अधिक जदि हबो linkage कि कम हबो जदि linkage gene ता जदि दीटा क्रोमोसोम डिफरेंट क्रोमोसोम रे जदि linkage gene ता रहिला सेठी linkage कोन हबो कमिबो ना बढ़िबो
Different chromosomes रे genes
जदि
रहिला.
हां link gene जदि रहिला different क्रोमोसोम रे तार linkage सेठी
Different
कोन
chromosomes रे linked genes.
हां
Linked genes माने आपण कोन बुझचंदी? Linked genes माने ही
present in one chromosome all genes in one chromosome
हां आपण जो कहउचंदी different chromosomes तार कॉपी जदी अलगा chromosomes रे रहिला कहउचंदी तो सपोज मोर
आज्ञा आज्ञा
chromosome
आज्ञा
number 11 रे गोटे सीक्वेंस रहिला आ गोटे 14 रे रहिला.
आज्ञा आज्ञा
ในकेस रे ट्रांसलोकेशन रे हमरो रिकॉम्बिनेशन अधिक आसीबो. आमे सेठी सिनैप्सिस कहि परिबानी. We can say due to translocation recombination occurs.
आज्ञा तो जदि ट्रांसलोकेशन देई नथिबो तो हमें कोन कहबा सेठी
Options जदि ट्रांसलोकेशन देइनी ताले none of the above.
आज्ञा आज्ञा नहीं क्वेश्चन थिला लिंकेज इंक्रीजेस हो जी डिस्टेंस ता
Linkage
कम
increase.
थिबो
हां क्वेश्चन ता कोंदु linkage
क्वेश्चन ता
increases.
थिला लिंकेज जदि लिंकेज इंक्रीज थिबो क्रॉसिंग ओवर हो जी कम गुटे डिस्टेंस कम अछि आउटे लिंकेज जिन प्रेजेंट ऑन डिफरेंट क्रोमोसोम तो दीटा हेतु कोउठा हबो
ऑप्शन रे आपनकर कोन अछि कहले?
ऑप्शन रे अछि क्रॉसिंग ओवर डिक्रीजेस देछि डिस्टेंस
Crossing over
बिटवीन
decreases.
क्रॉसिंग ओवर डिक्रीजेस गुटे आउट हो जी लिंक्ड जिन प्रेजेंट ऑन डिफरेंट क्रोमोसोम
Linked gene present on different chromosomes.
डिफरेंट
Crossing
क्रोमोसोम
over
दीटा
decrease.
ऑप्शन देतो तामे आगे
दीटा जाक जदि देइछि आपनकर माने it is present on different chromosome would be the right answer. Kana crossing over increase ki decrease will not be a particular answer for this question.
the distance between two chromosome crossing over no madam distance between chromosome decreases गुटे ऑप्शन आउट हो जी लिंक्ड जिन प्रेजेंट ऑन डिफरेंट क्रोमोसोम
मु बोधे आपनको क्वेश्चन ता ठीक रे पाई पारुनी.
आगे मैडम और थैंक यू
आपण सर का नंबर रे मते से क्वेश्चन ता टिके पठे देबे. आपनको क्वेश्चन ता ही मु बोधे क्लियरली सुनी पारुनी. हमर ए क्लास टी सरी जाऊ आपण से क्वेश्चन के मते नले मो पर्सनल नंबर रे भी सेंड कर देबे. I'll answer. Now genes located on same chromosome, we say these are syntenic genes. And these syntenic genes are so close together that their alleles cannot assort independently. And these are called as linked genes. So genetic linkage that can be quantified to map the position of genes on the chromosomes. Now, apananko bodhe thila same question that these are present on different chromosomes. So different chromosomes re amara crossing over frequency will definitely decrease. This is again a presentation which shows that in case of complete linkage, we get mostly the parental types. And in case of incomplete linkage mane jodi crossing over possible hochi, we get recombinant varieties. Incomplete linkage mane hi hela there will be some crossover products. Parental type rahibo ta saita there will be chances of some crossover products that will read in recombinant varieties. So linkage will always result in formation of more parental phenotypes. If the linked genes, they are carried together, so jaha amara parental phenotype thibo seya hi sustain heki roibo. And the percentage of recombinant will be much less. Now, if you observe linkage between two genes that are present in two chromosomes. Eita pacharthile ki madam?
again.
Hello. हाँ मैडम एक क्वेश्चन थिला कि आपनकर अच्छा मे भी सुनी पारु नहंती. So here is a case in which आज्ञा एक क्वेश्चन थिला
No, eta no.
आपनको वॉइस मते आसुनी माने मैडम जने क्वेश्चन पचारछन मतांको वॉइस क्लियर आसुनी आज्ञा बोधे मु कहि छि तांको से आपनको कि मते मेसेज कर देबे क्वेश्चन चैट बॉक्स रे लिख दो. हां आज्ञा मैडम चैट बॉक्स रे भी क्वेश्चन ता जदी पठै देबे हम डिस्कशन करि पारे आज्ञा. So in case if you suddenly observe linkage between two genes that are present in two chromosomes, it will always be because of translocation. Because if it is on two different chromosomes and you are finding that they are coming together, linked hochi, that means the process has to be translocation. Translocation from one chromosome to another within the same genome will result in them being on the same chromosome, and they can show linkage relationships. Now, these are different forms of translocations. One is our Robertsonian translocation. Other is reciprocal translocation. Reciprocal mane just crisscross. Heki yaro segment ta segment ya sangre attach habo, and it will produce recombinants of this particular type. And in case of translocation of Robertsonian type, gote amaro acrocentric chromosome thibo, jota ki the cross will appear in formation of a chromosome from one pair that has become attached, and there will be some segmental losses. Gote pair will lose apart and will result 3 chromosomes from this particular Robertsonian translocation. Now, which of the following type of inheritance is shown by color blindness? Color blindness, हमें देखिले it is X-linked, recessive भी देखिले. Now, what type? हमें ये option रे सारा देई नहीं. हमें देइचे chromosomal inheritance, crisscross, zigzag, up-down inheritance. So it's a sex-linked trait which shows crisscross inheritance. That means male will transmit his trait to his grandson through his daughter, while female will transmit the traits to her granddaughter through her son. So from the mother, it will go to the son. From the father, it will go to the daughter. Crisscross. From one particular gender, it will criss and cross to the forthcoming generation via the other gender. So from the male, it will be transmitted through his grandson, but via the daughter. And the female will transmit the same trait to her granddaughter through her son. So criss, it will always be from mother to son and from father to daughter. By which of the following defects thalassemia is caused? Thalassemia is a disease in which there is malformed RBCs. जेतବେଳେ ଆମର RBC formation हुए सही समय रे, if there is a defect in the gene, then it results in defective RBC formation. So defects in RBC, defects in WBC, defects in platelets, defect in lymphocytes. The answer to this question is defects in RBC. The defect in synthesis of the globin polypeptide in RBC causes a group of disorders that is known as thalassemia. Either absence or reduced synthesis of one of these globin genes. We have alpha globin and beta globin chains. Our jekonosi gotere jodi absence or there is a reduced synthesis of any particular globin chain, it will result in this particular disorder, which will accumulate and it will cause different kind of diseases, because defects in RBC will affect our spleen, defect in RBC will affect our liver, and ultimately it will affect the entire lifestyle. And even it will affect your bone marrow. Even bone degeneration will also result from this particular disease. Again, there are various types of thalassemia. Now, what is the percentage of children being a carrier of hemophilia if the mother is a carrier and the father is a normal man? इधर हमारा mother और father of progeny दिया है गला. So what is the percentage of children being a carrier of hemophilia if the children are a carrier, that means ame our previous knowledge ro janiche mother is a carrier and father is normal. So the percentage ame jodi cross kariba will find 25% because the gametes formed by mother are X and X hemophilic, while the gametes that will be formed by the father are X and Y. So the genotype of the offsprings that will be obtained will be either XY, XX, X and X hemophilic, and X hemophilic and Y. Thus 50% of the children will be normal, 25% will be carrier, and 25 are hemophilic. That is only sons will have this particular expression. Simple cross check kariki bhi eta ame dekhei pariba percentage. Now the gene for sex determination in mammals is dash and it is located in dash chromosomes. So for this, the answer has to be SRY gene located in the Y chromosome. These are certain different parts of your Y chromosome. We have a short arm, P arm, long arm, that is Q arm, and we have a sex determining region, that is SRY gene. These SRY gene, they determine regions on the are present in the Y chromosomes and they will determine the sex. Begins expression approximately 6 weeks after fertilization. As we all know, amara jetale gonadal ridge formation hue sethi potential thae, it can form either testes or ovary. We have a bipotential ridge over there. But depending on the expression of these genes, SRY, agote achi amara females manaka case re WNT genes. So these genes, they determine whether the fetus will become a male or a female. So this particular gene, it begins its expression approximately 6 weeks after fertilization and it develops neutral gonads into the testes. Ta aguru jaha stage thae, that is a neutral gonad. Jadi SRY gene express hochi, it will form male gonads or the male testes will be formed. Aur jadi WNT gene express hochi, then ovaries will be formed. So the gene for sex determination in mammals is the SRY gene that is located in the Y chromosome. Jadi A gene ta suppress heigala, then females will be formed. If it expresses, males will be formed. So this is the determining gene that lies on the Y chromosome. So SRY is the gene on the Y chromosome that is necessary for the development of male characteristics. And MAT is a sex determining factor for yeast. Options MAT that is a sex determining factor in case of yeast. Jadi eti mu WNT au X bhi deithanti, then also my correct answer would have been SRY and Y chromosome because yara jadi expression no hela tahali hi amara WNT gene express hobo. Jadi eta express heigala seta monuku hi dysregulated hejibo, seta monuku tar expression bond hejibo. If a boy has sexual characters of that of a girl, its genotype would be again Klinefelter syndrome. Boy with the genotype of that of a girl, XXY. Now crossing over takes place in specific phase ame dei pariba. Mitosis, meiosis, prophase 1, prophase 2 bhi emti karike options dei pariba. Or we can also mention specific phase in which it takes place: dikinesis, anaphase, pachytene, leptotene. So before that, we have to conceptually give the students a picture of the diagrams. Kemiti separation hochi, ko stage re alignment hochi, ko jagare jainki samanankara crossing over start hochi. All these are the information we need to provide prior to setting such questions. Jadi ame padhe ne ame khali prophase 1 koi diche, then options re bhi amku accordingly we have to give the options. Crossing over will take place in prophase 1. So different stages of the prophase: leptotene, replicated chromosomes will condense; zygote, synapsis will begin; in the pachytene, the bivalent will be formed and crossing over will take place; and diplotene, synaptonemal complex will be formed; dikinesis, prophase will end. Nuclear membrane fragment and start hejiva, and then it will end the first phase of prophase. Prophase 1 of meiosis 1 will come to an end. Now there are certain questions which I haven't provided with the answers. These are some questions that are self-answering, I can say. Now, the question like this, where there are 4 pairs of chromosome in Drosophila, the linkage groups present in it are, how do we say, what is a linkage group? Linkage group is group of chromosomes that are present in one chromosome, or all the groups of, or the genes that are present on one chromosomes. So the linkage groups will be equal to the number of pairs of chromosomes that are there. If we have 4 pairs of chromosomes, the linkage groups will also be 4. Percentage, similarly, percentage of crossing over is more when the linked genes are located far apart from each other. Jete distance adhika rahibo, crossing over amar setiki adhika habo. Genes, if they are located in a different cell, there will be no crossing over. Genes that are not linked, there will be no crossing over. Linked genes, but they are located close to each other, they'll again go together as linked, crossing over habani. So the only option we are left is linked genes located far apart from each other. Now, alleles of different genes that are on the same chromosome can occasionally be separated by a phenomena called as alleles of different genes located on the same chromosome are linked genes, and they can be separated by crossing over only. Baki options applicable. A question applicable ही होगी. We will not even consider continuous variation, epistasis of pleiotropy. Similarly, repulsion and coupling. These are the 2 phases of linkage. Now coming to some numerical problems. If gene frequency between, suppose a group of genes, A and C is 2%, B and C is 13%, and D 4%, B and D, A and B 15, D and A 19, and the sequence we have to find out of all these genes. For such kind of numericals, what we need to do is we have to put a map like this. We have to see कौन percentage देइछि, कौन possible हे परिबो. Okay, suppose X and Y, we have 8%. X and Z is 12%. So I'll press my X and Z over here. Agya madam, kuhନ୍ତୁ.
Madam, good question aji. Percentage of crossing over is more. Hello.
Ha.
Madam.
Ha. kuhନ୍ତୁ.
Percentage of crossing over is more when genes are linked. First option. Second option hoji linked genes are located far away from each other. Third option hoji linked genes are located close to each other. Fourth option hoji linked genes are located in different cells.
Now option hoji apanଙ୍କର linked genes which are placed far away.
Linked genes are located in different cell habani.
Na different cell रे हेले apanଙ୍କର crossing over केमती हबो? Crossing over हबा पई मो पाखरे तो थिबा दरकार ना क्रोमोसोम टा. गोटे सेल रे गोटे क्रोमोसोम अछि, आ गोटे सेल रे आ गोटे क्रोमोसोम. सेठी क्रॉसिंग ओवर रो ऑप्शन ही आसुनी. For crossing over to take place, मोर दीटा जाक क्रोमोसोम पाखा पाखी आसी कि सिनेप्सिस फर्स्ट हवा दरकार. तापर ही क्रॉसिंग ओवर हबो. जदि दीटा अलगा सेल रे अछि, they are not at all coming together. So crossing over रो क्वेश्चन ही उठुनी. बुझी पारले?
Thank you madam.
आगे. Suppose एमती गोटे क्वेश्चन हमको दिया है जी. दीटा तीनटा जीन रो परसेंटेज दे दीची, डिस्टेंस बिटवीन और रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी दे दीची और लोकस रो डिस्टेंस दे दीची. एई जगह रे हमें केमती सीक्वेंस डिटरमिन करबा. Suppose X and Y भितरे रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी इज 8%. ओके, सो X और Z भितरे 12%. मु Z टा को एठी भी रखि पारे, एपटे भी रखि पारे. सो दी पटे रखिबी. मु धरो सपोज X और Z एठी रखिली 12 एटा हैला एति की मोर एठी X और Z जदि टोटल एठी 12 हैला ताले एठी ऑलरेडी मोर X Y 8 है अछि. सो Y Z भितरे कोन डिस्टेंस आसीबो 4. सो दिस इज 4. सो प्रोबेबली दिस हैज टू बी द सीक्वेंस X Y and Z. Similarly, आमे जो क्वेश्चंस एठी नीचे ए क्वेश्चन गुडा करा अप्रोच सेमती ही रहइबो. If the gene frequency between gene A and C is 2%, B and C is 13, B and D is 4, A and B एगुड़ा को सबू आपन को probability हिसाब से scale करके लिखिबा को पड़िबा, and you have to find out what is the sequence. Sir, whiteboard use करि परिबी? Amar achi gene frequency between A and C. A and C is 2%. Suppose A and C, this is 2%. Second achi amar kona? B and C is 13%. B and C, B टा एठी भी लिखि पारे, एपटे भी लिखि पारे. मु जदि B टा एठी लिखुची, this is 13%. एठी जदि B लिखुची, if this is my 13%, B और A भितरे रोची किते? A and B is 15. A and B is 15. So this is not possible. This option I have to eliminate. ताले मोर B टा जदि सेठी रोची, A और B भितरे total is 15. Then I have the data. A and C is 13. B and D is 4. B and D. D टा मैं कोड place करेंगे. Suppose if I place it over here, B and D is 4%, and A and B is 15%. A and B. ये गला 15 ठीक अच्छी. 15%. C and D is 17. C and D 17. This is also correct. C and D is 17, and A and D is 19. A and D 13, 17, 19. So this is 19%. So my correct sequence has to be A, C, B, and D. Fourth option. Is this clear? To questions like this, we have to have an approach like this. We have to see, we have to find out options, how to arrange our genes so that the proper sequence of genes in a chromosome can be determined. इथरे किछि डाउट अछि कि कहार? आमे एठी परसेंटेज वैरी करि परिबा, नंबर ऑफ जीन्स वैरी करि परिबा, 6 टिकिया देई परिबा, 4 टिकिया देई परिबा, anything as per the ability of our students. Now, in a linear chromosome, map distance, so crossover, your speaker is not working properly. Sir, kaun maribi? Check my speaker. Speaker is not working properly. No, meeting audio may not be fully recorded. Fail to detect your speaker. Please make sure your speaker is properly connected. Both this are disconnect he gala. Check my audio devices. Fail to detect your phone. किंतु सर ऑडियंस अछंती तो अच्छा अच्छा Just 11. Sir, total आपनकर कितने participants?
एटा सीबीएसई स्कूल
I guess.
सीबीएसई को ना
हम स्क्रीन शेयर बंद कर देते
ना ना ये pause अछि. Minimize कर लीजिए. Is my screen visible?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam, visible.
You are sharing screen of screen sharing. Madam माने सुनी पारछंदी?
Yes,
हाँ,
madam.
madam.
Yes.
Hello.
हाँ, madam.
Yes, madam.
जयश्री मैडम मो वॉइस आसुची?
आज्ञा आज्ञा madam. आज्ञा madam. आस्छि क्लियर आस्छि madam.
से वॉइस रे ही प्रॉब्लम थिला बोली लिखुथिला. Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Hello.
Audible, madam.
Madam, audible.
Meeting.
କହିଲେ କହିଲେ
जयश्री मैडम सुनी पारछंती?
ହଁ ସବୁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା madam ଶୁଣା ହଉଛି ଭଲରେ ଶୁଣା
अच्छा
ହଉଛି।
मते किंतु सुबुनी रेस्पॉन्स टा एठी. आज्ञा.
हेलो हेलो
आपण भी जा पूछन मते एठी आसुनी वॉइस. हां
हेलो
ठीक. किंतु मते डाउट मते सेकंड क्वेश्चन भी सेम अप्रोच रहइबो.
हेलो
तो जदि हमर क्वेश्चन एमटी अछि the linear chromosome map distance between four different locus. AB is 10. AB is 10%. AD is 3%. A and D definitely it should be less than B because AB is 10 means this has to be my distance. AD is 3%. BC is 4 and AC is 6. B and C is 4. B and C. I can put C here. I can put C here. B and C is 4. And A and C is 6. So A and C is 6 money more 8 is 0 because total is 10. AB is 10. CB is 4. So AC has to be 6. So this is the proper placement of C. So I'll eliminate this C. Now my question is the crossover frequency between C and D. So C and D, this has been asked. My total is 10. This is 4. This is 7. So this has to be 3%. So this is the way we have to approach these questions. Now, the reason why Mendel did not recognize linkage phenomena in his experiments. There was no link concept in case of Mendel's experiment. And what could be the probable reason for this? He studied only pure plants. Okay, but we cannot guarantee that in pure plants there will be no linkage. He did not have a powerful microscope. Okay, admitted, he did not have a powerful microscope. Characters he studied were situated on different chromosomes and many chromosomes to handle. So of all the options, what is the best one? He did not recognize linkage because the characters he studied were situated on different chromosomes. And as they were separated or located on different chromosomes, the linkage phenomena was not observed. Because in case of pure plants also, we cannot say that there is no linkage. Complete linkage will also produce pure plants. Suppose I have a linked gene of say white and white flowers, smooth texture, and they are totally linked to each other. So in all their progenies, they will be together linked and they'll produce pure parental characteristics. So that cannot be an option. He did not have a powerful microscope. That's a very silly option to consider. Now characters he studied were situated on different chromosomes because microscope छोड़ा भी से मैंने banding patterns और dyes दे की chromosome study करी पारथिले. Okay, with a simple lens also it was visible by dyeing the chromosomes and there was absolutely no need for a powerful microscope. Characters he studied were situated on different chromosomes. So this has to be the only logical answer to such a question. The reason why Mendel did not recognize linkage in his experiments was because the characters, whatever he studied, it was situated on different chromosomes. That is why he did not get linked characters, or he did not found recombinant types. And it's true, many chromosomes to handle, but that is not a solution to this particular question. Coming to the next one, percentage of crossing over is more. Maybe madam eta bhi pacharthile. Genes are located in a different cell. Genes are not linked. Linked genes are located close to each other, and linked genes are located far apart from each other. First option is null and void. If there is a different cell, there is no chance of crossing over. Genes are not linked, so we are not considering crossing over. Linked to nahi, hame crossing over e konta dekhiba. Linked genes are located close to each other. In this case also, they will be carried together. So crossing over will not give us much results. The percentage will be more only when the linked genes are located far apart from each other. Now, this is not a symptom of thalassemia disease. Thalassemia re kon hochi na RBC ro structural distortion hochi. The beta chains or alpha chains, if there is a mutation in either of the chains or in both, or there is an absence of one chain, in that case, the RBC morphology will change. But this will lead to, the change in RBC will lead to decreased RBC, malfunctioning RBC. RBC ro kama kon, it has the main function that the heme part that is attached to the globin genes, they will be the oxygen transporters. So respiration will be affected, oxygen carrying capacity will be affected, functioning of spleen will be affected. We say spleen is the graveyard of RBC. So as more number of RBC will undergo autolysis, I'll show one more figure about thalassemia and then we can discuss this one. So what happens is, when erythroblast cells in your bone marrow, they undergo the process of formation of RBC, if there is a mutation in chromosome 11, or if there is a change in the structure of the gene, there is some either loss of one particular nucleotide sequence or there is a replacement, then what will happen? Excessive chains, they'll either accumulate or one of the chains might not be formed properly. So this will lead to either apoptosis, death of the cell, or it will lead to hemolysis. Okay, in the target cell, hemolysis might occur, and these would be probably the structure of our RBC. So distorted RBCs will be formed. So in that case, our physiology will be affected, normal body functioning will be affected, weakness and slow growth, dark urine, there will be bone deformities because your bone marrow is being subject to malfunctioning. So there will be facial bone deformities. Dekhibe, forehead, there will be bushing of forehead, and you will sequentially find out if the bushing is more prominent. Frontal region ta face comparison re same plane re bahar ko bahar frontal bushing. So these are some symptoms of facial bone deformities that are associated with thalassemia. Epiphyseal end ro growth. Bone marrow affected, bone marrow re chromosomal abnormalities or mutations are there in certain genes that is producing your RBC, then the epiphyseal growth of the bones will also be affected. So it will lead to bone deformities. Dark urine, because more amount of RBC will autolyze. So they'll pass out through urine. So it will give a dark color to the urine. Weakness and slow growth. Evident because slow growth because your metabolism will slow down. Respiration affected, oxygen carrying capacity affected, entire physiology will go down. So weakness and slow growth also acceptable. But abdominal cramps are not an option. Abdominal cramps abdominal lining disrupt hava. And in no way this is leading to any disruption or any we can say torture to the abdominal lining. So cramps are not an option. The complications that can occur in severe thalassemia will have enlarged spleen, bone deformities, problems with the heart. So all these will be the outcomes of this particular deadly disease. This type of thalassemia disease is Cooley anemia. Other name, Cooley anemia. It is beta thalassemia. We say alpha thalassemia, beta thalassemia. Beta thalassemia, other name we say it is Cooley's anemia. So this is all about the thalassemia. And here I have a schematic diagram, as we all are teachers. And even though we are dealing with +2 level students, this is for our own understanding how the mammalian somatic sex determination takes place. This is the genital ridge, as we all know. And I have already told that this is a bipotential ridge. That is, it can form ovary and testis with equal potential. Suppose MAP kinases are not activated, then the SRI gene that is located on the Y chromosome will be activated, and this will lead to steroidogenesis and testis will be formed. Suppose this SRY gene is not activated. In that case, the WNT genes, WNT4 genes are there, different genes are here, RSPO1 are there. This is a cascade which will follow, and finally it will lead to formation of ovary. And these changes will take place from the fetal to the adult life. So we have a cascade of genes, molecular genetic events that result in determination as well as differentiation of sex. And in the XY gonad, the activation of the SRY expression that will possibly initiate the expression of all these genes and will lead to formation of the abdominal gonads. In case of male, it will form the testis, or in case of females, it will form the ovary. So it's a complete loop. Different factors are involved, and the bipotential ridge ends up in either forming a testis or an ovary after around 6 weeks of fertilization. The same cascade, we have X and Y genes and X and X genes. As we have 2 X chromosomes, so always the females are at an advantage. If we have one defective gene on one X chromosome, the other X might be having a good one to take care of it. So mostly females are at an advantage when it comes to X-linked genetic disorders, and male are at a disadvantage because they just have one copy of the single X gene. Yes, madam.
Thalassemia disease treatment.
Madam, thalassemia माने एपर्यंत complete treatment तो नहीं, हमें management कोई परिबा. We'll give blood transfusions, repeated blood transfusions over period of time.
कारण जेते दिन पर्यंत
आज्ञा
जेते दिन पर्यंत बंची थिवो सेते दिन पर्यंत ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूजन ही तार गोटे मात्र उपाय.
आज्ञा गोटे ऑप्शन.
आ बोन मेरो ट्रांसप्लांटेशन हबनी मैडम?
Bone marrow transplantation हे परिबो. Again, there is a issue of affordability, there is a issue of rejection. So बहुत गुडे factors अछि जोटा कि देखिले आपण जदी feasible management पचारिवे, then option is transfusion. But bone marrow transplant, it has to be a proper setup, it has to be properly matched, all parameters has to be taken care of, and in very rare cases it is successful.
Thank you madam.
Okay, even आमे कहूने कि genetic manipulation भी कहूचे ना, बहुत गुडे diseases रो आमे कहूचे genetic manipulation possible, कारण जोटी gene mutation अछि आमे same mutation गुडा को जदी manage करि परिबा. किंतु जेतोले when we come to practical grounds, for students it is okay, we can give them the information that yes, these are the options. Bone marrow transplant करि परिबा, आउ ये करि परिबा, आमे transfusions दे परिबा continuously. Similarly, hemophilia रे भी आपण कहि परिबे जे आमे factors गुडा को नाही, तेणु hormone replacement, factor replacement therapy दे परिबा. किंतु एपर्यंत भी हमरो medical field रे single factors are not available in plenty to provide to these patients. हेमोफिलिया रे सेति पई एबे भी द करंट प्रैक्टिस इज त माने फ्रोजन प्लाज्मा दियंती जोथरे ब्लड क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स थिबो. If there is a issue with a hemophilic patient, so माने कोन करिवे, they'll transfuse the frozen blood so that the plasma will contain clotting factors that will help the patient. किंतु आमे जो कहूचे theoretically we say yes it is correct because clotting factors हमरो नहीं, आमे factor replacement therapy करिवा and that will do the normal functioning of the body. But yet we do not have, we have a cocktail of factors. Single factors एबे भी isolated है कि अपन को मिलिवा is difficult. Color blindness
Yes,
रे भी
ma'am.
हमें कहूचे the treatment color blindness रे कौन possible treatment करि परिबा. We can design specific lenses with the specificity of a cone which is normally अपना mutated जदि अच्छी particular cone जो थी पाएंगे कि अपना कोई particular light percept करि पारु नांदी color vision पाई, then there are availability of those options also. And some people say that we will make the mutations which lead to these particular disorders, we will manipulate the mutation. So genetic manipulation is a very, we can say, expensive, no doubt, but conclusive bhi nahi. Science has not yet progressed that much to come into use of daily life. We are still lying 10 to 20 years back as compared to the progressive countries.
Yes, ma'am.
So there are options we read in books, but they have yet not come into practice.
Yes, ma'am.
आपण थायराइड देखु नांती सिंपल डेली घरे समस्तेंगर थिबो हाइपोथायराइड, but are we able to manage hypothyroid without medications? Hypo ho ki hyperthyroid
No,
ho,
no.
even simple blood pressure medicines be, we are taking it lifelong because these are
Yes.
certain things that are at our approach and accessible. Accessibility ta hela main issue. Okay, similarly genetic disorders अपन को Down syndrome हला कि Turner syndrome रहला, सही जिनसे गुड़ा करे we are undone because we don't have an option at the genetic level. Whatever disorientations are there, mutations are there, जदि prenatal condition रे हम पाखरे एमती techniques थांता कि हमें से mutation को undo करी पारंते, then we can very well manage because Down syndrome तो अपन को counseling रे ही detect ही जो Down syndrome हला कि any भी trisomy for that matter. एबे सब scans available अपन को सेगुड़ा को सब detect ही जो. But what after that? Either we accept or we go for abortion. That is the option. Okay, so many diseases that are हमें कोचे genetic disorders, that is a umbrella term. ता भीतरे chromosomal disorders are just a pocket. Okay, genetic disorders re a variety of diseases will come, but chromosomes re, when we are coming to limiting to the set of chromosomes, again a few diseases are coming. And again to deal with chromosomal abnormalities, सेटा आपनकर structural हो, insertion, deletion, translocation हो, कि आपनकर numerical हो, सबुरो just the only option of treating all these disorders is genetic manipulation. And that genetic manipulation is not that easily accessible or not that easily doable as we read in the books. It's a very tedious thing to do, and no doubt work is in progress. Still, we have to wait for at least 10 more years for all those things to come into practice. Even though apan ko jane suggest karibo, suppose you are having a patient with a particular condition, say mental retardedness, Turner syndrome. If someone advises you for a stem cell therapy, in which they will insert some fresh cells that are having normal chromosome numbers, we do not know about how the proteins will act. We do not know if that particular therapy we are going to take will be more deleterious to us because it has not been proven. So medical science is going at a pace and our study is going at a different pace. We are not taking both the things together. It is only possible if we can encourage these tiny tots to go into the fundamental concept of these things, and if only they go into deep research, amara ei jo lacuna achi etiko, we can meet up the lacuna. We just study it for the sake of exam, MCQ kohantu, subjective kohantu, we do it for the sort of exams only. एग्जाम सरी गला टारगेट अचीव हे गला मार्क पाई गलु भूली गलु हाउ मेनी ऑफ आवर स्टूडेंट्स गो इनटू रिसर्च if we can at least motivate 10% of the entire population of students to get into research ये जो problems गुड़ा हमें face करूचे at least we can have a solution sorry so madam जदि कहार किसी doubts अछि regarding all this sex determination रू ए पर्यंत जहाँ diseases हमें discussion कले we can discuss was the content of any help किछि आपन को इंटरेस्टिंग लागिला ना सब जानि थिले आगुरु डेफिनेटली जानि थिबे सब बिकॉज़ ऑल दीस आर
बहुत बढ़िया पढ़ेले
आज्ञा मैडम
बहुत बढ़िया पढ़ेले मैडम बहुत भल लागिला
थैंक यू मैडम मु पढ़ेली नि मु खाली डिस्कशन कली आपण मानु कोन मु पढ़ेबी आपण मु एका वी आर एट द सेम बोर्ड so we are here to discuss
आई मैडम बहुत बहुत पढ़े
thank you madam ame amara gotiye intention hela our student should be interested in whatever we teach how less we teach doesn't matter if at least we can encourage our students to take up whatever we are doing that will be a great achievement jodi pilla manu ko ame encourage kari parle ei field re continue kariya apni आपण माने टिके वीडियो ऑन करंतु देखिबा समस्त को स्टॉप शेयर कर देछि आज्ञा जयश्री मैडम आपनकर सॉल्यूशन पाइले म्यूट अछि आपनकर वॉइस म्यूट अछि
आज्ञा मैडम
आज्ञा आउ जदि भी आपनकर फर्दर कहार किछि डाउट्स थिबो आपण एठी मेसेज करि परिबे जदि सर को भी मेसेज दियंती ड्रॉप करंती मु भी पाइकी आपण को आंसर पठै परिबे
ओके मैडम थैंक यू
थैंक यू
मैडम
मैडम थैंक यू सर
कौन करिवा सर क्लास एंड कर दो सर मैडम मैंने भी रेस्ट करिवे ओके सर एंड करिवा ताले क्लास थैंक यू एवरीवन वंस अगेन
थैंक यू मैम थैंक यू मैम
थैंक यू
थैंक यू